Hello everyone, my name is Selena. Today I wanna introduce one book to you guys. All of you guys heard about this story once in your life before, but even though I wanna share it, and this is, you know what? This is short stories, and then personally I don't really prefer to read really long stories, so it was really helpful for me, and then it was good to read once again. And then this is O. Henry's short stories. But there are so many stories from O. Henry, but in this book, what I have, like in this book, there are only 4 stories, and I wanna share 2 stories to you guys. First one is The Gift of Maggie. Have you ever heard about this story? I share the summary to you guys, and maybe you know it. There are 2 main characters. They are Della and Jim. They are a couple, and then there was one couple who living in a really poor situation. So they did not have even money to buy Christmas present for each other. But Della, the wife, was thinking what can she give to her husband Jim, and then because she had only $1.87 only, that was it. Somehow you can see having hard time with financial problem like that. And then Della was really thinking about how can she give the present for husband, and then she was looking at the mirror. She had really long brown hair, like much longer than mine. You know, mine is really long, but much longer than mine. It goes on till her knees, like that. And then she decided to sell her really long brown, beautiful hair for her husband. So she got $20, and then she bought platinum chain for Jim's gold watch. But after selling her hair, she was suddenly felt anxiety. Like the husband really liked the wife's really long brown hair, but she sold it, became really short hair, just like elementary student. So she felt anxiety, and she worried about what Jim should think about her short hair. But later, Jim came home and saw Della's hair and just stared at her with a strange expression. But later she showed his present for Della, and that it was beautiful combs that Della had longed for long time. So maybe we can know that the strange expression was from that, because he bought a comb for Della, but she cut her hair, so it became useless. So that's why he could think about many things. And then later, Della also showed her present, but already Jim sold his gold watch to buy Della's present. So that gold watch chain also, it became useless. Some people can say it's really meaningless because they just sold everything for each other. But I believe Della and Jim sacrificed their greatest treasures to bring joy for each other. So it demonstrated wise, unselfish love, just like the Maggie. So that's why the title is The Present of Maggie. And the second story that I want to share is After 20 Years. Have you ever heard about this title? I will just briefly talk about the summary. It was nearly 10 o'clock. The policeman was walking around and checking the street. Like while he was walking in the doorway of the darkened hardware store, he saw one man. And then when the policeman walked up to him, he said like this, like he's just waiting for the friend. And then he explained about the story that he had. The story was like this, like 20 years ago he had one friend, but they had to be separated because of their different way to live the life. So, and they agreed to meet at the restaurant where they usually ate meal together after 20 years. When the man explained the situation, the policeman agreed with the man and then just walked away. The man was waiting continuously, and then finally his friend Jimmy came and they greeted each other. The man, Bob, the man who was waiting for the friend's name is Bob. And then the Bob felt difference about Jimmy's appearance, but he just ignored and walked together. However, when Bob checked his face, he recognized that the man was not Jimmy. And the man revealed his real purpose, that was to arrest Bob. And the man gave one letter. I'll just read what the book said. I was at the appointed place on time. When you struck the match to the light your cigar, I saw it was the face of the man wanted in Chicago. I just couldn't arrest you myself, so I went and got a plain policeman to do the job. It was a letter from Jimmy, real Jimmy, and after 20 years, Bob became successful, but he was criminal, and then Jimmy lived honestly and he became policeman, so they could not be together anymore. It was short summary from the book. I was able to think about the true values of life, such as love, giving up, and my most precious things. And as I read these books, even though it was not about the Bible story, I ended up seeing the message of the Bible overlap, and everything God said became the conclusion of my thoughts. Like even the present of Maggie, that was about like loving each other, giving the best. And then God also says love the neighbor and then love God. And then just loving is not only just saying I love you, but giving my best, giving my most precious things. Second one was also, it made me think about the right way to live. So I made two decisions, but I'm not gonna tell you guys. So I hope you guys read this book and then make own decision. I hope your life will become better after reading this book. Bye bye.